Hey guys, it's Melissa from 3milelaneco. Today I wanted to sit down and have a little chat with you guys about where I've been and what's been going on the last few months. So if you follow me on Instagram and TikTok, you will know that I have moved from Oregon to Kansas. We've been out here for about 3 months now, and a lot has changed in my business and otherwise. I'm going to kind of walk through this video. It's going to be very chatty. I'm going to be telling you my life story in the last 3 months basically. So sit down, grab a cup of coffee, hopefully in a 3milelaneco mug, and let's get to discussing the last 3 months. I need to kind of go backwards a little bit to the summertime. I was doing really well, doing a whole bunch of events and coming up with new products, and I invested a lot of time and money into trying to make my summer and fall events as successful as possible. Back in June-ish, June and July, I really didn't know that we were moving yet. We kind of made a spur of the moment decision. I want to say it was the beginning of July, somewhere in that time frame was when we actually decided, okay, we need to make a change. My husband and I were both doing our businesses full time. You know what my business is if you are familiar with this channel. If you're not and you're brand new here, I am an artist and I put my art on different products like coffee mugs. This was my old logo. I also create journals. I made this journal right here, and I do stickers. So I have a bunch of my own stickers as well as some other artists that I love on here. And I do stationery and apparel, hand-dyed apparel, things like that. So if you're new here, welcome. So my husband did a jewelry business, and he actually made me this necklace here as well as these 2 rings on my thumb. I don't know how well you can see that, but this is an anxiety ring he made for me, plus a little hammered silver ring. And then he also made me this wedding band here. My business is stickers and stationery. His business was jewelry, and we were both doing that full time through the whole summer. We were getting to a point where we weren't able to afford living. Basically, we were living with my parents, and I have another video on this channel that kind of explains more about that, so you can go back and watch that one. I'll try and leave a link in the description, or I'll put a card up. But we were living with my parents when the pandemic started, and up all the way until summer of 2022. And that's why we were able to try to do our businesses full time and see how it went. And we gave it a couple of years, and it just wasn't getting us where we needed it to be. My obstacles that I came across were with the markets I was doing. I signed up to do quite a few different markets and quite a few specific markets. And while I was working on that, I was trying to build up my inventory, order a lot of product so that I would have a lot of product to sell. I ordered a bunch of stickers and pins and magnets for the theme of one of these specific markets, and then I made a whole bunch of products for the theme of a different market. One of them especially was a turkey theme. So that was very specific to this one event in the summertime, and I could maybe have sold some of those products in the fall as well, but I invested a lot of time and energy into making these products for that specific market. It ended up not doing well at all. The other market, I ended up getting COVID, so I wasn't able to attend. And then the other market I had to cancel because we decided we were moving. All in all, I spent a lot of time and energy and resources going into the summer markets, and they did not pan out well for me. We lived in Oregon, which if you live there or if you've read about it, it's getting very expensive to live in certain areas. And the area that we lived in was quite expensive. Before the pandemic, we both had really great, well-paying jobs, and we still could only afford a run-down shack of a house. And that was when we were both working full-time. So in fast forward 2 years, when we both have self-employment income, we were not able to afford anything, and the jobs that we were able to get were not going to be enough to allow us to live on our own in that area. So we made the tough decision to come out to Kansas, where the cost of living is relatively cheaper. And we also had family here. My husband is from Kansas, so it was kind of a no-brainer that if we were going to move anywhere, it would be near someone's family. And that's how we ended up in Kansas. So the biggest question on a lot of my followers' minds is, okay, well, what happened to your business? Like, where is it? Is it still alive? Like, what's going on? So one of the biggest kind of factors in my mind regarding my business and moving from Oregon to Kansas, I definitely wanted to continue my business and I wanted to move all my stuff with me, but the fact of the matter was we didn't have enough funds to get ourselves to Kansas, let alone pack up all of our stuff and rent a U-Haul or some kind of a moving truck, or go through one of the pods services, you know, kind of like one of those container services. We just didn't have the funds to do it all. So what we decided was we would pack up as much as humanly possible into our Honda Pilot and just get ourselves out there first. And then once we got settled and established, we would work on finding the money to get the rest of our stuff out. So I spoke with my mom about it and she agreed to run 3milelaneco product side from Oregon while I was in Kansas. I am so fortunate and lucky to have someone like my mom in my life that not only is one of my best friends, but is also willing to run my business while I am here. We do run it together, and basically she just packs the orders and sends them out as they come in. She also has helped me a lot in actually making some orders, such as making stickers and labels for different people. The one thing that I have kind of shut down completely is the sublimation side of my business. I left my sublimation printer, my press, my mug press, all my tumblers and mugs. I left all of that stuff behind, but I am hoping to get it here next year, early next year. We'll see how that pans out. Right before we left for Kansas, my husband had already been looking for jobs here, and he applied and had a phone interview with a company here, and they liked him so much they basically said, okay, you're hired pending a drug test and the paperwork when you get here. With a hope and a prayer, we just drove our happy little butts out here and moved in with my husband's mom and sister for a little while. So fast forward to being in Kansas, living at my mother-in-law's house for a little bit, and my husband had started his job and it was going great. 2 months after we arrived in Kansas, we decided, hey, you know what? I think we're ready to get our own place again. So we started house hunting at first. We wanted to see if we could qualify for a house here instead of renting something, because we know that we're gonna be here for a while and we wanted something that was ours that we could own. So we went down that road. Unfortunately, we just weren't financially in a place where we were able to afford the amount of house that we were wanting to get. So we put down the purchasing idea and we decided to look into rentals. There were a lot of choices and it was a little overwhelming, but in the end we decided to go with an apartment complex just because it looked nice and it was in a convenient location, and it's literally like 5 minutes from my husband's work. So we decided to just roll with it. So you can see some of those vlogs in a few videos back. If you're interested in seeing what my place looks like and how I have my office set up, you'll see all of that in the other videos on my channel. And if you're interested in how we live day to day, you can see that over on my personal vlogging channel at Melly Tenny. I will leave that linked down below as well. So what have I been doing since we've been in Kansas? I had a whole line of services that I was offering while I was still in Oregon, such as social media management, virtual assistants, and small business coaching. I'm still doing that to this day here in Kansas. I'm trying to come up with some new ideas and creative ways that I can stay involved in social media on my own channels and still post vlogs and content for you guys so that you have some stuff to look forward to and enjoy, because I really enjoy making videos and content for you on TikTok and Instagram and here on YouTube, and I really hope to continue doing it. So the more of you that subscribe, the better the chances are that I'll be able to keep doing this. Since I've been in Kansas, I haven't done a lot of new product designs simply because of funding, and honestly, I think I got a little bit burned out. When we got to Kansas, I was being a full-time mom and a full-time wife, and I was just making sure my husband had what he needed to get himself out the door to work. I made his breakfast in the morning, I packed his lunch, I did all the laundry, you know, everything that a typical stay-at-home parent would do for their significant other. And as I fell deeper and deeper into that routine, I kind of fell out of touch with my social media and my content. And I wasn't sure what to post because I didn't have my products with me. I was so used to doing studio vlogs and filming content with my products and doing small business content and showing people how to use the Cricut, showing people how to use the Procreate app on the iPad. That was pretty much my life for 2 years. And when that was all taken away, I kind of was just enjoying not doing anything. I mean, I was still doing a lot, but not doing anything in relation to my business. I think I kind of got used to the idea of just being and not being a part of so much social media, constantly coming up with ideas and content and posting all the time. It really kind of burned me out, and I was really okay with the fact that I was just a mom and a wife at that point. However, for the vast majority of us, being a mom and a wife is just not going to pay the bills. I would love to think that I could be a content creator and just show people my lifestyle and cleaning my house and taking care of my son and my husband, and that works for some people. I just haven't been online long enough in that capacity to grow a following to be able to make that my job. I tend to kind of trickle around and test out a whole bunch of different ideas at once to see kind of what sticks and what I really enjoy doing. And so far, I think the thing that's stuck the longest is my coaching, social media services, and my virtual assistant services that I offer. I've had a few clients for quite a while now, probably at least a year, and I've been loving every minute of it. So I do still offer those services. If you are interested, you can contact me and we can have a little discussion on what it is that you need. However, with all that being said, I am really starting to miss my products. I get ideas every once in a while and I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be so cute on a mug, or oh, I wish I could make mouse pads right now because I think this design would look really cute on a mouse pad. I have a virtual assistant client that is looking for a manufacturer to get some mouse pads made, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I would love to make those for you if I could. She's like, okay, we'll see if you can get your stuff out there in the spring and then we'll talk. So I am getting the itch to get my Cricut out. Although I don't have it here, I could probably have it shipped, but I'm kind of nervous that it would get damaged in transit. So I'm just not quite sure how to go forward from here until I can get all of the rest of my personal and business belongings out here. That being said, I think a combination of the burnout and being away from my business products for a while has kind of given me the insight into like what I want to do with 3milelaneco. The video I did before this one was pretty much saying I might not continue doing my products. I'm probably just gonna do some services and then get a different job. And I had a different job kind of in the works. I had an interview over the phone and it went really well. And I really thought about that, taking that job long and hard. And it boiled down to the fact that I don't have consistent childcare. I can't afford to pay for consistent childcare. And that specific job required me being on the phone a lot more than I'm used to and a lot more than my son is used to. So that would be really difficult to manage a full-time job while being a full-time mom. So I decided to not take that position and kind of push myself more into my services to see if I could make enough to help my husband with the bills while still being able to have the full flexibility of working at home to take care of my son. So that's kind of where I've been and why I haven't been posting as much, and just kind of my thoughts on the whole situation. I really hope that I can continue 3milelaneco and I can keep making products, because I don't need to get rich off of my products. I just really love creating the art, and I want to see how far I can go with that and everything that I can accomplish. I know when I started in 2020, my style has changed so much, and it's just really interesting and fun to see how it has evolved over the last 2 years. And I really would like to see where it is in 2 more years from now. I hope you guys enjoyed this chatty little video and update. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm not sure what the future of this channel is going to look like and what kind of videos I can make for you. Doing my services, it's not very fun for you to just sit there and watch me type on the computer all day. So I'm gonna try to get creative and see what I can put up here. I really enjoy doing tutorials and teaching people different things on the computer or Procreate, and I think that that's where my focus is going to lie for a little while, in the digital realm. If there's anything specific you'd like to see, let me know. And in the meantime, if you want to catch up with my day-to-day life, don't forget to check out my personal vlogging channel, Melly Tenny. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had a wonderful holiday. I hope you're having a great holiday season so far, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the year. See you on the next video. Bye.